Hey buddies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon. Today we're talking about Temu, specifically board games, and I'm also going to be mentioning about other products by them, which I also have tried out to see how good they are. So starting off with, I've tried out a Bluetooth receiver. This is if you have a car that does not have Bluetooth and you want to listen to music through it. So it does have charging points, does work, but the sound quality is terrible. That's kind of a weird muffled raw. So why am I mentioning this first? Well, I want to show about these board games and how they compare in comparison. It does have a pause button and stuff, so it does kind of work, and you can switch tunes, but it doesn't work very well. And one other thing is shorts, zip came off. So let's just talk about board games now. So first up, we've got SkyTeam. So we've got SkyTeam here, and you might notice there's already a hole in it. So there's a hole going on already in the packaging. So it's quite difficult to show you there. I'll do separate videos for this, for each individual one. So make sure you check out them. And also the back of it, there is actually a kind of crease going on along here as well. So not particularly good. So about the game itself, well, it's hard to tell from this side, but actually the dice are red, not orange. So you can tell that this game is not a real game. I'm aware I'm filming these games still in shrink. I want to film separate videos in detail for them in 4K as well. So next up we have in front of the elevators, and you can see there is no actual publisher. So nothing by Saashi and Saashi on here. So again, you can tell that this game is fake. Next up, we've got Sea Salt and Paper. Now I know that Pandasaurus and Bombyx have stated they don't have their games published this way and they're trying to get them removed from the system. But as you can see, it's blurry. So this is blurry text. So not very good, obviously, to have a company like this selling counterfeit products. Now I'm going to tell you as well, why did I get these games and why am I seeming to potentially seem as if I'm promoting them, and I'll come on to that. Lastly, Fishing or Fission. Now Fishing is a German name. The English name is here too, but it should be called Fishing because Rio Grande put that out. And as you can see, no signs of Rio Grande listed on here, just 2F Spieler. So why am I mentioning these games? Well, firstly, we need to be reporting Temu for saying, hey, there's not too many games on there. There's less than 20 games on there, which seems to be on there for some reasons, including what some people speculate is maybe a deal with a printer went badly and that printer has actually sold the templates to another Chinese manufacturer. But another factor is the fact that it lets you try out games at a cheaper price. But the main reason why I don't recommend getting counterfeit products is who is going to buy a game that you've just got that's already counterfeit. They're not worth much money anyway to buy. It's a fraction of the price, maybe about a quarter. And then to try to sell the game on, I don't think you're going to sell it on because people can tell, I think most people can tell with this blurriness, that no one's going to buy from you again if you have just sold them a counterfeit product. In addition to that, maybe missing cards, maybe card stock quality, no aftercare service. It won't look as good as on table. Now, as for, like I said, the card quality, or look into them, it may be better. Games like Splendor, there's a much smaller box version that I know someone else has got, which for that reason, there is some innovation going on. And whilst, like I said, the size of the SkyTeam box is fine, look how they're sending in a plastic bag. That's how they send their game. They send everything. In fact, all their stuff comes in plastic bags, so it saves on expensive cardboard boxes. But when you've got holes in it, most people are quite precious about how to look after their stuff. They want to have their little hydrometer to keep an eye on that, to make sure that it's not too, obviously too humid. And ultimately, yes, just having these creases, it's not a nice experience. It doesn't make you want to play a game. And it is something that I think most people should hopefully be conscious of, and realizing that, yeah, there might be some people out there who don't realize the game is counterfeit, that it's the first ever board game, they get hold of it, and hopefully seeing a game is just a pennies to in comparison, you know, £2 or $2 to €2 or €3 in comparison to paying, you know, £6, £7, £8, £9 or something for a game like this, saying, actually, board games are great, I want to get more of them, and realizing you can't get all these games from Temu. And if you try to do that, again, you might run into problems. You might find Chinese-only cards. As you can see, this is in Chinese as well. And you might find some cards, I think in Fission, there is actually some stuff on here to the player aid, which involves stuff, again, in Chinese. So, yeah, they've just tried to do you know, cut and run job here, and thankfully there's not too many games out there. But I just wanted to tell you a little bit about the Temu board games and the quality, and so far the lack of them just from the box themselves. But like I said, there'll be some further videos, so if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do so to check out as I go through each of these games and tell you about things such as the rulebook, see whether or not they actually are making sense. I've already noticed on the back of in front of the elevators, they've already got one word to run together, which is not typically a good thing, which is, yeah, it's something which might not put off some people, but it's a bit of a red flag when you start seeing there's a few mistakes going on there. But it is what it is. It's China has done a lot of this stuff. It seems to be that they don't mind doing this. We know they've done the same thing with cars and other things as well. But let's see if we can halt it and get innovation back and that money back to the designers, because that will encourage them to make more games too. Thanks for watching. Speak to Game Super for the next one. For now, back to the table.